What is up, you guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Mario Party Superstars, as per usual. And we're going to be talking about the item shop, or not the item shop, but like the shop that's probably going to be in Mushroom Village that we can go and buy some things with the coins we earn in the actual game. But we'll get into all of that. But before we do that, I do want to mention something. Hopefully you guys enjoy more than just the Mario Party content, as I've actually uploaded quite a few videos earlier this week that didn't do as well as I would like them to do. So I'm just going to quickly plug them here. I uploaded a review for WarioWare Get It Together, and I uploaded a little video last night, a late night upload, about Doctor Who: The Edge of Reality. These are games that I'm very passionate about and that I care very much about, and I would truly appreciate if you guys can go and watch those videos. It would truly mean a lot to me, and yeah, so I really hope you guys do that. I'll leave, you know, little annotations or cards or something for you to click on, or something in the description. Just definitely check them out. It would help me out a lot, and it keeps me in the YouTube algorithm so that you guys can keep getting notified of when I upload content. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the specific things that I think could be in this game's shop. You know, different things, basically unlockables. Like, one of the biggest questions a lot of people have right now is, what can we unlock in this game? Can we unlock new boards? Can we unlock new characters? I'm going to dive into that and basically talk about what I think they could possibly do. So like I mentioned, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And without any further ado, let's get right on into that. So for my ideas of what I think they could use in this shop, I'm going to be using things that they have actually done before in the shops of previous games. So the first thing I'm going to say here is another CPU difficulty. Now usually there's always a easy, medium, and hard difficulty, and then there's like an extra hard difficulty for you to unlock. I think in Mario Party 6 it was called like brutal mode that you could unlock, etc, etc. And I think that's very likely here. I think they've done that for most Mario Parties, both, you know, from Hudson Soft and ND Cube. Like this is something that's pretty common, and I think it's the safest bet to assume that this will be where you can unlock the hardest difficulty. Next up are some mini games. Now, I do know that in some Mario Party games, you can actually buy the actual whole lot of the mini games from the shop, and it'll cost you a certain amount of coins or whatever the currency is. So if you don't want to play the actual board game, you want to unlock the mini games, you could do that, but that's not necessarily the route I'm going with this. The route I'm going with is kind of like what Mario Party 6 did with the rare mini-games, except they wouldn't be rare mini-games. The mini-games I think that you can buy and unlock are the sports and puzzle mini-games. Now, these mini-games cannot be played in the main board game mode. We learned that last week, and I think that because of the fact that they can't be playable in the board game mode, obviously you can't unlock them in the board game mode. So I think being able to unlock them in the shop by using your currency. So for example, you can buy games like Ice Hockey, and Beach Volley Folly, and Shell Soccer, and Block Star, and Mario's Puzzle Party, and Stick and Spin, etc, etc. You can buy all of those in the shop, and then you can play them in the Mount Mini Games mode. Personally, I think that makes the most sense since, like I said, you can't play these games in the board game mode, so how would you be able to unlock them in that mode? And I think that could be a pretty cool way to unlock those minigames if you want to 100% complete the minigame list. Next up, I think, is a pretty unlikely thing, but I wanted to point it out here because it could still happen. Now, in certain Mario Party games like Mario Party 7 and 8, they had these things called souvenirs in 7 and then figures in 8, where basically you unlocked 3D models, almost like trophies in Smash Brothers, where there were these 3D models that you could look at, and they were just things you could buy in the shop, just little cosmetic things you could buy. I think it would be cool if they could bring that back, but obviously make them based off of the older Mario Party games. Kind of like if you remember Top 100, there's a little thing where you could look at the hosts of the previous games. Well, what if you could unlock 3D models of them, or 3D models of certain board aspects from the boards of the game, or the characters? There are so many things they could do to make new figures or souvenirs, whatever they would call them, and I don't know, that's just a little small thing I wanted to add in here, and yeah. Alright, unlockable characters. This is a big one for a lot of people. A lot of people want more characters because 10 is just not enough for a lot of people. And you know what? I can understand that, especially since Super Mario Party had 20. knocking it down by half definitely is unappealing for a lot of people. So if they were to have 2 new characters, what characters do I think they would be? Well, I do think they would be returning characters. I'm pretty certain they're not going to bring any new characters into the mix, so that is that. But there are 2 characters that I do think make sense to be unlockable. The first of which, if there is only one new unlockable character, I think it would be Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong just makes a lot of sense because he's a natural partner to Donkey Kong, and yeah, just a solid pick. He is definitely a newer addition to the Mario Party roster, but nevertheless, I think he is pretty likely. The second of which being Dry Bones. Dry Bones has been around since Mario Party 7, and is a pretty popular character. And one thing I do think is interesting with these 2 characters is that they were both also unlockable in Super Mario Party. So I think having them be unlockable here does also kind of make sense. And it will be interesting to see if they are unlockable or if there's no new unlockable characters at all. Next up is music and voice clips. Now, I'm pretty certain in the N64 games, as well as some of the other ones, you could buy music, you know, whether it be the minigame soundtracks or the board soundtracks, or even further, voice clips from the characters. I believe in Mario Party 8, you could buy the voice clips from all the main cast, plus the side characters. And I think that is a necessity to return, especially since all of this music is music from the older games completely remade. I think it's a necessity to have a music mode in here where you can listen to the soundtrack, and I think it would be relatively foolish for NDQ to not include it. So I do think that this one maybe isn't a given, but is very, very likely. Okay, this one's basically confirmed, but the stamps, and I'm also going to put taunts in here because the stamps can be almost used as the taunts, just like in the older Mario parties. Obviously, this one's basically been confirmed. You buy the stamps in the store, and you can use them. And again, confirmed, not much more needs to be said there. So this one's also a kind of big one. Game customization options. If you remember from the original Mario Party, there were some items that you could buy in the shop that you basically can change how the game is actually played. And I think it is possible for them to bring that back. As to how, I'm not sure. I don't think they do exactly what they did in Mario Party 1, but I do think it is possible for them to do other things. One big thing people pointed out in the trailer we got last week is that Peach got 10 coins and all the other people got none in one particular minigame. And I think it is possible that we can unlock a mode that makes it basically the winner takes all. And, you know, that is very, very possible. And one thing people want, not necessarily something that's confirmed or anything like that, but people want to turn off the lucky spaces. People want a lucky spaceless mode. And that could be a cool thing to save up and buy so you can play the way you really want to play. There's just loads of things they could do to make the game even more customizable, give you more options, and I think being able to unlock some of them will give you a good way to play their way, but then also be able to play your way after playing a little while. So yeah, that's what I think about game customization. And the last point I have here is an unlockable board. A big question is, will there be an unlockable board for you to play on? I'm honestly leaning towards no, but given the fact that there is a shop, I'm at least going to make a prediction about if there is an unlockable board, what board do I think it is? I actually do have 2 predictions. Before we get into that, I'm obviously not going to choose a board for Mario Party 1 or Mario Party 2, because those boards already have 2 boards represented, so that leaves the 3rd game. So keeping in mind the theming of the boards as well as how the boards function, I've narrowed it down to 2 boards. The first of which being Chilly Waters, and the second of which being Spiny Desert. These are very unique and differently themed boards than the rest of the game, and I think they are both decently likely to serve as unlockable boards. I know a lot of people want Waluigi's Island, but I think the gimmick is just too out there for NDQ to want to do, as well as the fact that the island motif is already taken up by Yoshi's Tropical Island. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Click on the notification bell so you're notified of when I upload videos. And definitely check out those videos I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It would truly mean a lot to me, for you guys to go and check those out. Yeah, don't know what else to say besides thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.